Attack on Titan Season 3 was released in July of 2018, however, that was only the first half of the season. The second half is said to be released in late April of 2019, so in light of that, here is a quick summary of what happened in Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 1. Season 3 begins with Levi's squad, including Eren and his friends, camped out in a cottage hidden from the public as Hanji experiments with Eren and his Titan's hardening ability in order to certify the idea of sealing Wall Maria using Eren's Titan. Hanji informs the squad that the pastor they tried getting information from has been murdered within the Trust barracks, leading Hanji to lay fault to the 1st Interior Military Police Squad. Levi suspects someone in the government is planning on dismantling the Survey Corps and are keeping the truth about the Titans concealed. A fellow scout delivers a message from Erwin, who has been arrested by the military police. The message details the corrupt situation of the military police and the government. Levi and the scouts quickly escape the cottage just before the military police arrive, and it is presumed that the government is after Eren and Historia. Thus, the squad decides to head back to the Trust district, as it'd be easier to conceal themselves in amongst the urban area. Before Hanji and the scouts split from the squad to go after Erwin, Eren hands Hanji a transcribed version of a conversation he remembered Ymir and Bertholdt having. The scouts arrive at Trust with Jean and Armin disguised as Eren and Historia, and are quickly abducted. However, Mikasa quickly rescues them. Levi and the other squad members hover over the rooftops, making sure the real Eren and Historia are transported without interruption. Levi converses with the scout about a serial killer he knew in the past, known as Kenny. Coincidentally, Kenny and his armed forces appear out of nowhere, managing to kill all the scouts on the rooftops and begin to pursue Levi. Kenny, now obviously working with the Interior Police Squad, corners Levi in a bar. However, with Levi's badassery and sex appeal, he manages to escape Kenny and his squad. Eren and Historia, on the other hand, are captured. Levi interrogates the leader of the group who tried capturing Eren and Historia beforehand. The merchant named Demo Reeves explains that he helped the military police because he fears that if he did not comply, the future of his company and the people of Trust will be in jeopardy. Levi wins Reeves' support by offering protection to him and the people of Trust in exchange for his help and cooperation. Hanji finds and approaches Erwin, telling him that Eren must be rescued or else he will be devoured, presumably by a Titan. Reeves helps the scouts capture the 2 Interior Squad soldiers who killed the pastor. Levi and Hanji torture them and manage to gain information that Historia is in fact the real heir to the throne, leading them to believe that she's been captured by her father, known as Rod Reyes. Reeves is killed by Kenny as punishment for betraying him. However, Reeves' son Flegel witnesses this, but undetected. We get a flashback of Historia's childhood. Mere days after the fall of Wall Maria, Historia's unloving mother is murdered by Kenny. But just before Kenny moves on to kill Historia, Rod Reyes suggests that they simply hide her true identity under the name Krista Lenz. Back in the present, Hanji explains that if a human who can shift into a Titan eats a human who also has Titan abilities, they will then gain that person's Titan power. In this case, if Eren is eaten, the Devourer will gain Eren's Titan ability to control Titans. Erwin explains to Commander Pixis about his plan to overthrow the government in a completely non-violent manner, and that the current royal family is a hoax, and with that in mind, they plan to enthrone Historia as the true queen, for she has true royal blood in her. The military police frame Erwin for the murder of Reeves, thus Erwin assigns Hanji to be in charge. Propaganda is spread, misinforming people that the Scout Regiment is at fault for all the past destructions within the walls. Most of the Scout Regiment is arrested. The remaining scouts prepare their rescue mission for Eren and Historia, all while having to avoid being caught by the military police. Armin, Levi, and Mikasa capture 2 soldiers known as Marlow and Hitch. The scouts inform the 2 that Annie is the female Titan and that the scouts are being framed. As a result, they help the scouts by telling them about an outpost which is vulnerable due to lack of military police there. The scouts take over the outpost and Levi tortures an Interior police officer in an attempt to acquire the location of Eren and Historia. Concurrently, Hanji rescues Flegel from the military police's deadly eye, who wish to cover up the truth about Reeves' death. Flegel and Hanji work together, managing to lure a group of military police into a heavily populated area and tricks them into revealing the truth of Reeves' death and the fabricated stories the government has been spreading about the scouts. The people now know the fraudulent behavior of the Interior Military Police and the government's malicious intentions. As Erwin is on trial, he explains to the council that in order to avoid a civil war from either Wall Rose's potential destruction by Titans or the very real current food shortages in the Outer Walls, Wall Maria must be reclaimed. A false narrative is exclaimed to the council, detailing Wall Rose being breached. Instinctively, the council orders the gates to be closed, choosing to sacrifice half of humanity to avoid a potential civil war. The soldiers in the room are hesitant to follow the orders, but quickly Dallas Zachary arrives with troops, revealing Wall Rose's breach was merely a ploy to expose the Council's complete disregard for human life. The military takes over the government and publishes the truth out to the public, and Hanji relays the good news to Levi's squad. Eren is tied up in a crystal-like cave. Historia touches Eren and forgotten memories suddenly return to him. Eren is traumatized to learn that the night his father gave him the key to the basement and injected him with a mysterious serum, Eren turned into a Titan and ate his own father. Historia also suddenly regains memories of a girl named Freyda. Reyes explains she is Historia's half-sister who would erase her memories after each visit to protect Historia. Reyes explains that 5 years ago, Grisha Jaeger, Eren's father, turned into his own Titan form and killed Historia's 4 siblings and mother, including Freyda. Also, Grisha Jaeger could attain Freyda's memory-erasing power. Kenny arrives and notifies Reyes of the coup d'etat. Kenny and his men then prepare to defend the Crystal Cave from the scouts. Levi's squad prepares to infiltrate the cave and save Eren and Historia. Levi's squad pour into the Crystal Cave and begin conflicting with Kenny and his gang. Reyes tells Historia that the walls were built around 100 years ago by the power of a certain Titan. The same Titan erased all the memories of the people, excluding 7 unaffected bloodlines. Later, Freyda inherited the memory erasing ability and the memories of humanity before the walls. Historia realizes in order to fully remember her sister, she must become a Titan shifter and consume Eren, who holds the memory erase ability within him. However, Eren could never use this power because he doesn't have the royal bloodline flowing through him. Eren turns into a Depresso Expresso, and Historia realizes her father's true intentions is to restore the family's reign over humanity, and injecting herself with a Titan serum will only consume her with the lust for power, just like all the generations before her. Historia shatters the syringe in disgust. However, Reyes licks up the spilt serum and transforms into a Titan. The scouts rescue Eren. The abnormal Titan expands horrifically and the cave begins to collapse. Eren drinks a serum marked armor, which allows his Titan to harden and keep the rest of the cavern from collapsing. The scouts exit the cavern and witness the gigantic Reyes Titan slowly crawl its way towards Wall Sina. As the soldiers construct a plan to destroy the Reyes Titan, Levi tells Historia that she will become queen in order to cleanly overthrow the government, which she agrees to. Owen rationalizes his decision not to evacuate the dense urban area in order to lure the Titan away from the main wall. With the cannons having near to no effect on the Titan reaches the wall. The soldiers throw everything they got at it, and Eren transforms into his Titan and shoves a large quantity of gunpowder into the Titan's mouth, which destroys the Titan's body instantaneously. Historia finishes off Reyes by slicing his human body in two before his Titan can regenerate. Then and there, with the eyes of the people on her, Historia introduces herself as the new ruler and queen. Levi finds Kenny with fatal injuries outside the now collapsed cavern. Kenny monologues for a while about him finding and raising Levi into a world of crime. With Kenny's dying words, he reveals to Levi that he is his uncle. He then hands Levi a package containing Titan serum. Historia is crowned queen, and Levi shows a bit of his soft side by thanking all the scouts for their service. We suddenly cut to the aftermath of a battle between the Beast Titan and a beaten Reiner. The Beast Titan tells Reiner and Berthold to retrieve the coordinate. The meaning of this remark remains unclear for the rest of the season though. 2 months pass and Eren perfects his Titan hardening ability, and with it, Hanji develops a new weapon which allows for easy kills on Titans without any human casualties. Eren remembers Commandant Keith Sades as a man from his vision back in the cavern, so the scouts head off to question him. Keith tells them how he first met Eren's father, saying he found him outside Wall Maria with amnesia. Keith finishes his story and the scouts prepare themselves to reclaim Wall Maria. Hanji struggles to analyze the Titan serum because of its fickle and unstable behavior when analyzed. The soldiers have a hefty and fulfilling dinner before beginning the reclaim of Wall Maria. The next morning, the mission to reclaim the wall begins and hopes are set high. The season then ends with Berthold and Reiner on the wall, ready to fight the oncoming soldiers. Well, there you have it, a quick summary of the first half of Attack on Titan Season 3. If you'd like to hear more of my voice, go check out my Twitch. It's the platform I'm primarily using at the moment. Then there's my Discord server, Instagram, Twitter, blah 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 blah. You get the idea. Anyways, if I missed anything really important, feel free to correct me in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and have a good one.